come to another model now. In this model, we're going to be talking about product knowledge. It is very important as a realtor for you to know what you are selling, because clients can tell when you don't. Sales is basically a transfer of enthusiasm. How confident are you in what you are selling? When you know more, you sell more. You sell better because you are selling from a place of confidence. Now, to the topic, product knowledge. Product knowledge. Now, this simple reason is why I lost a deal. I'll give you an example. Someone reached out to me when I was selling houses. Someone reached out to me for a property I posted. The property was selling for 375 million naira. Now, follow me. I lost this deal. Why? Because of this. And then he saw the features of the house. He loved every single thing. And then he asked me one question: what is the land title for this property? And guess what I told him? I told him it was a what, governor's consent. This was in my early days as a realtor. I told him it was a governor's consent. And then he told me he was looking for a C of O. Now, I now went back to check my boss then, and then asked him, and then he told me this particular property was a C of O property. But the moment I went back to his client and said, no, I made a mistake, the client felt I was what, coming out of desperation because I just wanted to close this deal and my commission. That was how he stopped replying my message. I never sold to him till today. Why? Because of what? Negligence of this basic thing. And then product knowledge is important, industry knowledge is important, because assuming, let's say it's even a C of O property or a governor's consent, I would have been able to explain to him why governor's consent is even better than the C of O. But because I was just ignorant, I was just posting on my status, that's how I lost this deal. So now back to this topic, product knowledge. Why you should know this so that you don't lose another 375 million naira deal. Follow me. Now when it comes to product knowledge, you should know product knowledge is basically what you are selling. For example, I don't know the phone you are using or the device you are using to watch this. If it's an iPhone now, a Samsung, let's say an iPhone or a Samsung, there are certain things you should know about these things. The first thing you should know is what? The features, or even the type. Let's say the type of the phone it is. For iPhones, there is what they call it, is iPhone 16, iPhone 17. These are different types of iPhones. Now, even though let's say you're the iPhone 15 now, there are different specs for the iPhone 16. There's normal 15, there's 15 Pro, there's 15 Pro Max. All of those are different types or specifications of that particular one. What are the features? It has XYZ zoom rate, it has XYZ megapixel, this, that, AI feature. All of those are features. These are basic things that help you to know what you are going for. Now, when it comes to real estate, for product knowledge, the first three things that should come to your mind is what? I tell my clients, or my students rather, LLL. These three L should be the first thing. LLL, first of all, is what? Landmark, location, and then line titles or documents. Now, these are the first three things that should come to your mind when you are trying to sell any property. The first, for the landmark. Landmarks are basically major locations close to that particular places. Now, the landmarks around that region determines the probability of that particular property rising or remaining the same in value. For example, let's say we're trying to sell our estate in Kuje, the Light Heaven Estate. Light Heaven Estate. Now, the first thing you should ask yourself is, what are the major landmarks close to these places? For example, we have what? The Market Square. Market Square is a big mall, just like ShopRite. Landmark, we have the Navy Barracks. It is 25 minutes drive to the international airport. which other thing again? It's close to XP Water bottling company. It's close to Brent Hill School. Now, all of these major landmarks, these are top places. And then the thing about landmarks is that people move towards these places. Why? Because life is easier. For example, I'll give you an example of Ekpe. Ekpe in Lagos was before now a bush. I knew when Ekpe was selling for 300, 500K for a plot of land. Fast forward to today, a plot is selling for 4 to 7 million naira, even higher, depends on the land title. Why is that? One thing happened, that is what Dangote filling station and Dangote refinery. Now when Dangote refinery came to Ekpe, what happens? Major landmarks like that, it means more people will move towards this area looking for places to either what? Buy or rent, which makes the value of this location to do what? To go higher. It's as simple as that. Now this alone now, Dangote refinery is going to hire at least, let's say, 500 people. Now dis 500 people now, they want to stay close to the site, meaning they will start looking for places to buy or rent. The value of this place goes higher. Even people moving towards this direction, looking for opportunities, will do what? Look for places to buy or rent. Means the demand for real estate here, it goes higher. It's simple. Fast forward to today, there's like 3 universities already in this Ekpe. I know there's St. Augustine University and other universities. That is the power of landmarks. So first things first, landmark. The next thing is location. Where is that particular product located? For now, our Delight 7 estate is located where? In Kuje. Now, the next thing is land titles and land documents. What are the land titles? That particular land title for Kuje or the Light 7 estate is R of O. And then once you pay, you are getting your deed, you are getting your receipt of payment, and then other land documents. So these are the basic things you should understand for product knowledge. Why? Because clients will ask you questions. They want to know how that particular product can help them make money, manage money, or multiply money. Remember in the beginning model, I said clients buy for different reasons. For example, a client that is trying to buy to flip his cash, he wants to know, okay, the type of landmark so that he can predict the future return on investment if he buys in that location. So now you, when you understand all of this, you can confidently tell him where best to buy and where not to buy. So after all of this, you must understand features, benefits, and advantages. For example, now all of this for the product. For the features of this estate, there's going to be basic amenities like street light, there's going to be a football turf, basically commercial areas. Those are basic features of the estate. The benefit is that now benefit and advantage can go hand in hand. Now the benefit you can take, this is where you sell to investors. You tell them, see, Kuje is a very developing area right now. It's one of the hottest places to buy. Why is that? The minister of that state is particularly interested in this location. For example, he has opened he has done a dual route to the airport, making it 20 to 25 minutes drive from Kuje to the airport. Now, places like Market Square, now people don't need to start going inside town, go to ShopRite to buy stuff. They can easily go to Market Square and get equal value and spend lesser time. You can give them example as Guzape that we said in the beginning model. Somebody bought for 8 million when it was underdeveloping. And fast forward to today, they sold it 200 million. Kuje, it is lesser value. So if that part now, the minister of that same week is interested in that part, it means there's a potential of it appreciating to that almost value. So meaning if they miss Kuzape, they should not miss Kuje because Kuje is now hot. You can see that how I've used all of this to sell to a client, and it is simple. Do you get? And then you tell them the infrastructure development that is happening, the new road to Apo, the new road to Gwagwalada, all of this connects and make this particular location very, very hot. All of this, what did I use to sell? These three L's, the landmark, location, and the land title. And then they know now they are getting a good title, which is RFO. RFO is almost equal to a C of O in Abuja. It's as simple as that. So they know they are getting value for their money. That is that about product knowledge. It's important to know about your product because that way when they ask you questions, you can answer better. Remember, sales is a transfer of enthusiasm. You must love what you are selling first of all. You must know your product. And lastly, if you can as a realtor, try and own a property. I'll drop somewhere here the video of me when I bought my first property. Check here, you see. This is how excited I was. Now, after I posted that video, 10 people bought from me. 10 new clients bought from me. Why? Because they knew I believed in what I was selling enough to also invest my money into it. It's as simple as that. And that way, when I'm talking to an investor, I'm not just telling him, put your money there. I'm telling you, my money is there. Remember, you are helping them. Imagine these clients now that bought 8 million, sold for 200 million. What if the realtor had that money also? Should have also partake of that 192 million naira plus profit. So if you can, even though it's 10% initial deposit, put your money inside. That way you can talk with confidence. I've also invested in this property because I've seen the potential for it. That's that about that. I hope this model help, but product knowledge is very, very key when it comes to scaling. Know your product at the tip of your hand. Know your product. You get. If it's houses that you are selling, know these houses. And then that goes to the next topic. We'll talk about real estate vocabularies in the next session.